Speaking Task 1. You will be asked a question about a familiar topic. You will then have 15 seconds to prepare your response, and 45 seconds to speak.
Do you prefer to pursue higher education immediately after your graduation or to first gain some work experience? Please provide specific reasons or examples to support your choice.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
I believe in the value of gaining some work experience before pursuing higher education. First, work experience can provide valuable insights into one's career goals and ambitions, helping to ensure that the choice of further study aligns with those goals. Additionally, employers often value work experience, viewing it as proof of practical application of skills. The work experience can also provide relevant, real-world examples to draw from an academic coursework, making the higher education experience more enriching and meaningful.
Speaking Task 2. You will read a short paragraph and then listen to a conversation between two people. You will have 50 seconds to read the paragraph. After, you will get a question about what you read and heard. You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. You have 50 seconds to read. Start reading after the beep. Now listen to the conversation between two people.
Isn't it amazing that they're doing this?
I'm not a part of any student club, so I wouldn't know what to say.
Well, I think it's quite awesome. I'm a member of 3 student clubs. I'm a member of the Gaming, International, Business, and Chess Club. These clubs would have meetings at different places. And I think it's great that from now on, we will all be meeting up at the same place. It makes things so much easier.
I guess that's great for you guys that are already part of the clubs. But I don't see that this will change the number of people that want to join you guys. I mean, this doesn't attract me at all, even now.
I guess that you're just somebody who is not interested in the clubs. But there are many who are curious, but just don't know how to get any info about them. And I think that having this building will give them a place where they should come and ask around.
I guess you're right. I actually know plenty of people who might be interested in what you guys are doing.
You should tell them to come join us. It doesn't belong to my clubs, but to all clubs.
Okay.
What does the male student think about the building that was given to the student clubs?
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
The male student thinks that the building being given to the student clubs is quite awesome. He is a member of multiple student clubs and he believes that it will be great to have all the club meetings in one central location. He thinks that this will make things much easier. Even though the female student is not interested in the clubs and doesn't think this will attract more people, the male student believes that many people who are curious about the clubs just don't know how to get information about them. He thinks that having this building dedicated to student clubs will provide a place where people can come and ask for information. In the end, the male student suggests that the female student should also tell people who might be interested to come and join the clubs.
Speaking Task 3. You will read a short paragraph about an academic topic, then listen to a lecture about it. You will have 50 seconds to read the paragraph. After, you will get a question about what you read and heard. You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. You have 50 seconds to read. Start reading after the beep. Now listen to the lecture.
When we're talking about group dynamics, we're referring to patterns of behaviors and interactions that happen between individuals. This discipline wants to study how people interact within a group and how groups form. An important concept that group dynamics studies is the power dynamics. Here, we are looking at how influence and power is distributed among the group, the abundance or lack of power one individual might have. We can differentiate leaders from followers this way. It is probably intuitive for most of you to know that the leader will be the individual who has the highest amount of influence and power. Power dynamics are really important because they could lead to friction within a group. Some individuals might vying for power, and this creates problems. The conversation about power dynamics leads us to talk about the next important concept, the concept of roles. Many roles could be assigned within a group, officially or unofficially, in order for the group to achieve its goals. These roles could be as diverse as the environments in which the group might find itself. Power dynamics can decide who gets which role, but also the role that one occupies can increase the power that an individual might have, if they're the only one who can occupy a pivotal role. Imagine a group where the smartest individual had the least amount of power. If the group faces a challenge that requires intelligence, now that weakest individual becomes one that has a lot of power.
What are the characteristics of group dynamics? Use points and examples from the lecture.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
Group dynamics refer to how people interact within a group and how power is distributed among individuals. Power dynamics play a crucial role in determining leaders and followers within a group. For example, the leader is typically the individual with the most influence and power. Another key characteristic of group dynamics is the concept of roles. Roles can be assigned formally or informally within a group to help achieve goals. For instance, in a group facing a challenge requiring intelligence, the smartest individual may be given a pivotal role, showcasing how roles can impact power dynamics within a group. Overall, understanding group dynamics, power dynamics, and roles is essential for successful group interactions and achieving goals efficiently.
You will listen to a lecture about an academic topic. After, you will get a question about what you heard. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. Now listen to the lecture.
Today, we will be discussing the concept of social stratification, which is a system in society that ranks categories of people in a hierarchy. Social stratification is a trait of society and persists over generations. It involves inequality as well as beliefs. There are two main perspectives of understanding social stratification. Firstly, we have the functionalist perspective, which argues that social inequality is necessary for the smooth functioning of a society. They believe that the different social classes reflect the existence of a meritocracy where an individual's skills and talents, not their social standing, determine their position in society. The most skilled and talented individuals are rewarded with the most wealth and power in society. This system provides incentives for people to strive for prestigious jobs and contributes to the overall equilibrium of the society. Secondly, we have the conflict perspective, which views social stratification as the outcome of power struggles between different social groups or classes. The wealthier classes use their power to exploit those in lower classes, maintaining their wealth and power at the expense of others. Conflict theorists argue that this system is not fair or just, and that it ultimately leads to social instability and upheaval.
What are the two perspectives of understanding social stratification discussed in the lecture? Include key details about each perspective.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
In the lecture, we learned about two perspectives of social stratification. The first perspective is the functionalist perspective, which believes that social inequality is necessary for society to function smoothly. This perspective says that people are rewarded based on their skills and talents, creating a meritocracy where the most skilled individuals gain wealth and power. The second perspective is the conflict perspective, which sees social stratification as a result of power struggles between different social classes. In this view, wealthier classes use their power to exploit lower classes, creating an unfair and unstable society. Both perspectives provide different insights into how social stratification works and how it affects society as a whole.